The last of Lily Lane has been planted at the farm. Look at this whole section of daylilies. I'm so excited. It was really starting to get a little too late to move them because obviously the green is sprouting. It's up about 4 inches so far. And yeah, it was now or never. We've also moved half of the daylily row that's here. We will move the other half probably within the next day. But yeah, we are we are making some mad progress. We planted bells of Ireland today. We planted Corinth. We planted, what else did we plant? Oh, we're also watering to keep everything alive. But it's a little rough. But it is hot. I think pretty much we got a little sunburn, even with some sunblock. No, I don't. We got 2 left. Oh. Fun. Sorry. So
you're not sorry.
So when I dug from Lily Lane, I tried to leave as much soil on them as I could, just so they didn't, get as disturbed as you would if you were to take the soil off. But these guys, we planted these. Some of them look like they're coming back. These were the ones that I had seedlings from like 3 years ago, and we literally left them in pots and they dried out. And believe it or not, like, I know they don't look as lush as this field, but they are coming back. So I do have to water these in. They're getting a little dry and they have tags. So I'm excited about this. I got to pull that rosemary out. My daffodils are glorious. You want to see my daffodils? I want to see my daffodils. I actually have not been down here. Look how blown open these are. I'm going to let these die back naturally and then I'm moving them. Holy cow, these are glorious. Ooh, bird come out of nowhere. Look at this. Beautiful. Look at this. Beautiful whites. These guys, little down turned head, but check them out. I love them. We got, I think this is British Gamble. Beautiful. This one always looks like a fried egg. It's the best I could do. But look at this. Isn't that amazing? Oh, and then I have some late guys. Actually, I should be harvesting these guys for this weekend. They're beautiful. Green, yellow, orange, a little bit of everything in there. These are gorgeous. I love them. It's hard in the full sun to keep these guys from like popping before you want them, and to harvest them before they open because a little bit of sun, and man, they are out. Look at this. I'm literally amazed by this one. These guys have been open for a little while now, but yeah, beautiful. I love it. I love that they have really done some amazing things with daffodils. So I'm not sure what this one is, but it's coming up and coming. But these are like, it's huge. Like the flower is just gorgeous and huge. So I'm gonna let these die back, like I said. If I were to dig them now, it wouldn't happen. They wouldn't grow well next year because you have to leave the foliage. And the foliage is what's going to absorb the sun and feed the bulb for this kind of bloom next year. So as you can see, these were just left in the ground. I didn't harvest any last year, and I kind of just let them multiply. I had like 20 of each, and now it looks like I'm getting double, which is great. It's a nice way to start off the year, especially with the specialty daffodils. They're not super cheap. So but I'd love to get these kind of picked off, get the flowers picked off, and then let them kind of do their thing for next year. And then I'm going to move them, and I'm going. What? Oh my God, she's going swimming in the pond.
All right, Blake and I are here at the farm, and we got the tractor factor, and unfortunately it's a flat tire. So we're gonna fix it with a little slime. Just got a nice little air compressor that we can actually plug in. We don't have to rely on this wimpy truck. The cigarette lighter doesn't even work. So yeah, I used to smoke a lot. Anyway, Blake's gonna show you how this works. Let's go. I think you're just gonna twist it on, buddy, and keep going. Let it fill up. I know a lot of people, especially guys that work in the tire industry, do not like this fix-a-flat and slime stuff, but you know what? We don't have time to change tubes and all this other nonsense.
It's growing up.
We got grass growing, so we need to get going, right?
Yeah.
How's it look? Any progress? You see any slime sliming down
I don't know.
the
I
side?
mean, the tire's filling up a bit.
Well, you know, what we want to do is kind of layer the inside of the tire with whatever slime is in there. And we're going to pump some air in it. And then you're just going to drive around and mow. That'll just keep going around in circles and circles. And hopefully it'll find out where the leak is. And you can actually get something done here today. I don't know about you, but I kind of miss mowing the lawn. But I'm sure that I'll be over that real quick, about 5 minutes into it. But anyway, yeah, here we go. Wow. Thing sounds good. All right, make sure you don't overfill it. Got to check the other tires probably too. I don't know if there even is a cap.
Because the air's coming out without the cap.
Well, that's not good anyway. I guess we'll have to drive it around. I don't think the air's coming out. Looks good to me. How the other tires look. Just make sure you don't back up on the barbed wire fence and defeat the purpose of the whole exercise here.
See, if you have it running for a bit,
It works. All right, buddy.
I think that was the main reason. We had no cap for this, and that's why it deflated.
Now, did you check for rodents? Did you do a clearance? Make sure we don't have a family of mice?
I have to check the engine.
That looks a little low too, buddy. Probably have to check the fluids. Yeah, my dad bought me this John Deere like 18 years ago as a housewarming gift because I built my house up behind his house. And he would always drive up with his tractor, and he saw me mowing the lawn with this push mower.
And the lawn is huge.
It is, and it's funny because I was thinking after the first time I did it, I'm like, I'm going to buy a rider. And then one day I heard the tractor, because you always knew when my dad was coming to visit, because you'd hear that tractor start up.
Cub Cadet.
Yeah, he had a Cub Cadet with a loud muffler.
Although that one is no longer in use.
No, we got rid of that one. But that was the Cub Cadet that helped us here at the farm. So that's why it was kind of hard to part with it last year. But I kind of feel like my dad came back and his spirit made that lawnmower work for one season. And that's what it was meant for. So, but anyway, he drove up one day with this John Deere. He's like, "Hey, Bryan, what do you think of this tractor?" I'm like, "Nice, Pop. It's about time you finally dumped that piece of junk Cub Cadet and got a John Deere." He's like, "What do you mean, that piece of junk Cub Cadet?" He goes, "I didn't buy this for me. I bought it for you." And I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "That's your housewarming gift, kid." So then I challenged him to a race with the Cub Cadet, and he beat me, and I never really told anybody else that story, so...
Want to turn it on?
I guess you can turn it on.
I got it.
You're turning it on too late. Yes, he beat me. But it wasn't fair. He kind of cut me off on Seven Bridges Road. But anyway, so yeah, we're doing some maintenance here. And then we're going to do our first grass cutting of the season. I'm gonna break out the 350 and it's time for these deer to start eating some grass instead of our flowers. All right, looks good. You want a little cushion there, kid. That thing will be bucking you off like a bronco. Looks good. Looks like you're kind of off the ground back there. All right, so yeah, maybe go mow the first field. I'll open the fence. Let's see how this thing works as a mower.
Let's just hope the mower works.
You might want to check the oil though. Check the fluids. Let me know, and
Hold on, I'm deflating the air.
we'll check back in with you, buddy. What's going on?
The hood came off.
How'd that happen?
And I think I know what. There's this latch.
Looks good. Doesn't look like we have much of an invasion in there. There's a little grass in there though. Hopefully that'll blow out quick with no problem. What's the oil look like? Probably should check that. Oh boy.
Black oil.
It's a little black, but we'll run it.
No, there's nests in here.
What do you mean there's a nest
Here.
in there? Is that a nest? It just looks like a nugget. I don't know. How did we get that off before? Wasn't it a pain in the behind?
We need to take this off,
Well, let's
and then
not.
there's this and this. And then once you take it off, you can take this front off. And then
Or
you
we
the
can
other
just
two.
start it up, you know? What do you think? See what happens? Pretend we didn't see it. Close the hood.
Well, we kind of got to check the gas.
I think there's plenty of gas in it, right?
You don't know that.
I don't?
Check.
Oh, God.
Never mind, it's full.
Yeah, I think I should know because I did park it here.
No, you didn't.
Well, I parked it up here. Don't correct me, young man. Just nod your head and say, yes, sir.
All right, battery's not dead.
All right, let's get it started. You might as well leave the hood open so we can see the mice spinning around in that fan. Let's not miss out on the action. Fire this thing up. Did you check the air filter or no? You might want to check that. That could be, watch out, don't get bit. That could be a problem right there. It's probably the first thing you should check. Looks good, Blake, not bad.
Don't judge it
Well,
until you get the car.
really?
We got something in there.
I think we can work with it. What do you mean you got something in there? That ain't bad. Leave it on. Don't rip that off.
Rudy got ripped by mice.
Well, we ain't got time to beg here. Get that thing on there and let's get this place done.
This has been sitting here for so long.
It's only been here for about 3 weeks.
No.
Oh, here we go once again with the correcting. You just
Well, like a
nod
few
and
months.
say, yes, sir, it has been. We haven't even been here for more than a month. Come on, get this thing fired up. I don't have time for this. There you go. No mice will be massacred here, hopefully. Kidding me? This mower starts when our 350 at home doesn't. Ridiculous. All right, get to work, kid. Good evening. How are you? Thought it'd be a perfect time to take a break.
But you also can't ignore stuff, so.
Oh, she's talking on the phone. We'll have to check in on her. What do you think?
What's up, handsome?
You stole me $100.
I do?
Yeah.
All right. Later. All right.
Yapping with Maddie on the phone, are we?
Yes. And if I do recall, you broke your phone, and it cost $99 to get it replaced.
Yeah, well, the camera's broken now.
Yeah, and we
Well,
definitely.
You'll be working for another $100.
Oh, no.
Wow.
It's not my fault. It shut off on me one day, and now I can't record anything.
But he's been on the phone with Apple headquarters all day, trying to fix the problem.
I'm
They
sure.
said you have to bring it in.
He has. So, what's happening, my dear? Loving those tulips over there. That happened quick.
Yeah, you should brush your
The rototiller's on the back right now, and
Not tonight, Blake. Rest your buttocks. It was.
then, however, get a neely pad and do that row as I'm doing these two.
I
That's.
already told the camera.
All right, no $100 for you then.
There you go. That's what happens when you tell her you have free time.
I've already worked for like 2 hours.
Wow. I've been working for 12 today.
I know. How many plants do you think you've planted today?
Oh,
You.
I potted up a lot, but I didn't plant anything today. We planted yesterday.
Is this another row that just got added?
No, this was created, but yes, essentially.
So what are we planting tonight?
Veronica.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh, when you're bored, you can look it up later.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get back to mowing.
It's probably, I would think, Veronica. I would say it's yellow.
Nope, white, blue, and pink.
All right. Well, it's not like the Veronica I know, but. So you have an awful lot of Veronicas.
They're perennial.
Oh, so these are a done deal.
Hopefully, if the soil actually can
So
make things live.
what's the matter? They couldn't fit in that fabric over there?
Well, these are perennial, and I don't have fabric. Those are tiny little holes, and I don't really have the patience or the time to put fabric down. But I'm sure we will be cursing the weeding of this row.
Yeah, because you have the patience and the time to weed, right? I don't believe so. And neither do I. That's a lot of plants.
Okay, cracking.
Yeah.
Hey, if I can get them in, it's less that I need to water up there and keep an eye on.
I think you said that earlier. I need to get these
I am.
lilies
The
in.
more I get in the ground, yeah, I took one look at the lilies and I was like, ugh, I gotta figure something out with those. But they would need the fabric, I think.
Who helped you get the lilies in today?
I didn't do the lilies.
You and me planted daylilies down at the farm.
That's different than a lily.
What do you mean? What?
Daylilies are not lilies. They're not like, when you say lily, that's not a daylily. I'm talking about like.
If I say it during the day, it is.
Here, can you grab me those two?
Am I correct or what? If I say it during the day, it's a daylily.
You said, am I correct or what? I said what?
Yeah, well, I wasn't listening. So you got a lot done at the farm this week. Wow.
A ton. I'm actually exhausted. It feels good. Like today was a nice day. It's pretty here. Minus the guy that went over the railing on the Parkway.
Yeah, pretty bad accident today.
It was pretty pretty smooth day otherwise for us.
Yeah, I was unloading my truck and I heard a bang, turned around and saw a car doing a 80s style A-team flip over the guardrail.
I can't tell you how many accidents. I would love, actually, I think we should just put a camera over there because it's literally like, if people wouldn't believe us, if we tell them how many times we've actually seen accidents there, it's like insane.
Yeah, but that was the worst one I ever saw over there. Yeah, I ran over, jumped in my truck, drove over there, and
made sure the guy wasn't drowning underneath the water.
luckily the car landed upright, and when I ran and jumped over the guardrail and started going down the hill, the guy was getting out. So, and I asked him if anybody else was in there. He said no, and at least he was talking. I was kind of like...
Yeah, he might be sore later, though, judging by the airbags.
Yeah, he refused treatment, and we kind of hung out. Me and him were talking, sitting on the guardrail, and then I'm like, we should probably get off this guardrail. And I did tell him that. I'm like, listen, dude, don't feel bad. You're not the only one that's going to probably hit this guardrail today, so we should probably move.
We saw 2 in one day. 2
Yeah.
people smoked that guardrail. And I don't know what it is. It's like people are like last minute all of a sudden pulling in, or they don't realize that they're going so fast, but it's not even it's a 55 highway.
I would think it's more because they're city people. They don't really drive a lot during the week. It's Friday.
When I was in the city, I was constantly braking, constantly like, you have to be like that when you're driving bumper to bumper. Like you're always immediately reacting. So I don't buy that.
Well, how fast can you go in the city? You're not going 65 miles an hour.
If you know how to drive, you are.
And then you see an extra mart out of the blue and... Not like there's anything there, but I guess it's the last gas station on the Parkway. I don't know.
It's just bizarre.
Every time I pull off the exit, it feels like I'm landing an airplane on a runway and it's short. It's a very short runway. But that's
all the Parkway exits have a very short merge and on and off. That's
Yeah.
the issue. You know, there's not a lot of room for revving up and getting on. I'm doing this now, by the way, because it's supposed to get rain all day tomorrow. And instead of potting up dahlias, I decided to...
So did you film these tulips? Because, you know...
Turn around. Have at it.
Well, I don't really know what kind of tulips they are.
Pink ones, white ones. Those are daffodils.
So these are daffodils. Now, are
See, I
daffodils...
would tell you what the varieties are, except apparently I used a Sharpie and not a garden marker. So over the winter, all the writing came off. So I don't even know what they are. And I remember, because I didn't have a garden marker, I'm like, oh, I'm just going to write these now, and then I'll come back with a garden marker and do it. Yeah, all right.
All right, well, this is how we'll do it then. So those are daffodils. They're in the daffodil family. We just don't really know the true definition of the daffodil.
What are you talking about?
Right here.
No, you sound absolutely dumb.
Well, just because I don't talk and...
You're saying they're in the daffodil family. They're like, what are you they're daffodils.
Well, I thought you didn't know what kind of daffodils, though.
Saying they're in the daffodil family just makes you sound not bright.
Well, saying they're not daffodils isn't much brighter. So there. You're about as bright as a broken light.
I didn't say, what are you talking about?
Exactly. So are they daffodils or not?
I'm not even entertaining.
No.
I just said they're all daffodils.
All right, so these are all daffodils.
I don't have time for your stupid.
Well, I'm trying to do
You're
it.
not. You're trying to do nothing but annoy me.
This is a show about a flower farm. I should probably...
Bryan, they're daffodils.
All right, that's
all
good.
of them. That whole corner and that whole corner, they're daffodils, different varieties. I don't know the variety name. Don't tell me, don't say anything else.
Boy, this flower tour has really turned
because you're
ugly.
just annoying me.
I'm not really trying
You're
to
saying stuff like you're just repeating stupid stuff that doesn't even make sense.
I'll have to review the tape, but...
So they're in the daffodil family. No, they are daffodils. There is no daffodil family.
All right, so we learned something here, folks. There's only one type of daffodil.
Oh my God. Those are thick.
Oh, whoa.
Just go away. Go mow.
Wait a minute.
I can't.
You know what?
It's been too long a week to deal with it.
It may have been all the bumps.
You're gonna have
I may have a concussion right now, so if I do sound stupid, it's because I was speed mowing with Blake. Right, Blake? Start from N in the alphabet. Like, I kind of do feel a little dizzy here, but...
You must have went over the railing with the guy.
Anyway, it didn't sound stupid to me, but whatever.
What's not stupid? Telling me they're all not that, like, I don't know. I mean, why bug me?
I think that you may be very hungry and angry.
No, don't even.
You're hangry. What about the beautiful tulips over there?
Go see them, smell them, pick them, do whatever.
All right, folks, it looks like I'm on my own with this beautiful garden tour. What we have here are pink.
You said there was a garden tour. Like, you just decided to film.
I gotta get something.
Me doing a million plants before dark.
Well, I don't want to forget to film these beautiful flowers.
You don't need me for that.
Well, I kind of do because I don't know what they are.
They're tulips, all of them.
Oh, these are from the tulip family right here.
God.
They're beautiful. These are what they call
Pink and white.
Exactly. I was going to say that, but I thought it sounded stupid, so I didn't.
I did it because that's what you would have said.
Over here we have these little guplings, what they are, and they look like they're about to bloom, but this right now would be the ideal time to clip these. And then you put them in water and they'll bloom in a few days. So we're almost ready to start harvesting these beautiful tulips. What are you laughing at? She doesn't think I can swing this, but I can. Right here we have Orange Sunrise, I believe this is, right? She's not going to agree with me because I probably am correct. And then we have the typical, these are what they call lace tulips. They have like this lacy outer lip. They're called what now? Fringe. It looks like a lunatic fringe to me, but it's an old song from the 80s. These look like hosta tulips, I believe. Am I correct? Hosta tulips? And she doesn't want to answer that either. So anyway, feel free to take these definitions with a grain of salt, but it does look like we had a lot of deer damage to the crop this year. And yeah, we're not going to let that happen again. We are armed with deer fence and ready to go as we plant more appetizers for them to eat on a nightly basis.
Hire me as a mechanic.
Blake, aren't you on the clock?
Yeah, he's about as much on the clock tonight as you are.
Well, we did do a lot. So is your goal to get all these in the ground tonight?
Yes. Before 7.
All right, Blake, I think we should help your mom.
No.
Break out the gloves.
I don't do anything for him, right?
It's been a long day.
Mowing is actually lazy work. So if you want to actually impress me and get paid, you do hard work. I'm not paying you to mow. I can sit on my ass and mow.
Wow. Mowing is not as easy as you think.
Try going full speed on these lumps.
Well, that'd be pretty dumb. Maybe you should ask woman if that's smart.
Would you tell your dad, hey, truck driving is easy? Nah, you wouldn't.
You get in a truck and you didn't crash.
Yeah. You know how many gopher holes I had to avoid? And I did really good. I was like edging right next to the currents. So in a sense, I did a lot of edging up there. I think you're going to be impressed. And I think wrong. Most likely. All right, folks. We're going to wrap it up here tonight by helping out the wife. Let's do it. The woman. The Wonder Woman. Sometimes we wonder.
Don't even.
Just giving you all behind the scenes look. Gloves. Dirty knees. Don't focus on the legs, please. And we are almost complete. See?
Nice night.
Now it's a nice night, isn't it? Once the ultimate goal is achieved, the wife is pleased.
Happy wife, happy life.
Yeah, hey, it's just, sometimes it's a little rough getting there.
You know what? Yes, because sometimes you frustrate me, but I'm having a good night.
Are you? Oh boy, good, I did bring it.
This is way faster than that one.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a lot left though.
It's way faster than the same model.
Yes, of course it is, Blake. It's because we upgraded. More horsepower, buddy.
That's why it's faster than the same model at home.
That Deere has more horsepower.
First of all, it's
How come your plants look different than the ones I've been planting?
These are yarrow. I had some space at the end,
Oh,
and I only had a few of these, so these are red yarrows. I'm pretty sure I'm the only flower farm that plants like solely bright red stuff. Not solely, but like I choose all of the reds. Like the peonies are all reds. Like I like the bright stuff. Oh, we're almost there.
I was gonna pick you some tulips, but you got too lippy
Not
earlier.
again. Don't go there again.
Yeah.
Come on. You can just edit and go in
Nah.
last year's video and get all your tulip jokes.
That's a
Let's
new
do a little
one.
flashback so we can have your moment.
That is actually a current statement. Let's go to the tape, ladies and gentlemen. So, for most gardeners, there's mood swings, isn't there? Or not? Judging by that look, I would say yes, there probably are.
Judging by that look, you best be careful.
Many mood swings.
I swing hard.
Well, it's almost like it's hard. I get it. You're working. It's hard. You're in the sun. You want to get something done. And, you know, sometimes you...
Husband with a camera, and I'm expected to be like, woohoo! All sweaty. I'm annoyed at something. It is nice though, like getting all of this stuff done. Oh God, like I am just thrilled. I really am. We did so much this week. So much I didn't really film a lot of it because we were literally just balls to the wall all week.
She was so thrilled that she decided not to plant the blueberries up on the hill.
I didn't find my thrill.
Exactly. They're
See? Look at that.
They're in the high tunnel
I
now.
actually got a reference.
Yeah, she knew I was going to try to sneak her up there, so she put them in the high tunnel so it would get too hot. to find my thrill.
No thrill for you.
No.
I can't wait to see what we produced this year. I mean, the peppers went in. Tomatoes were supposed to go in before the peppers, but I got the peppers in, and then, you know, this week was gorgeous. It was such a nice week to get everything in. And the weather looks like good for the next couple. If we have a late frost, all of this is coming out.
If we have a late frost, we will be spending a fortune on
I'm putting the farm
bed
up for
sheets.
sale.
Yes.
If we have a late frost after having, like, now, you know, there's like a 2-week window of gorgeous, perfect spring weather. You know, it's been in the 70s and then 40s, 50s at night. It's perfect. If we go back to freezing cold, I'll literally just, I mean, that's just frustrating. That, you want to see a mood swing?
That would be the final red flag, folks. Yes.
But I'm happy to see that the deer ate my tulips, but I'm still getting bloom.
Oh.
Did you see my beautiful red, like multicolors, like red, yellow, and white, little star-shaped tulip in there? I never grew that one before. And it's so pretty. Did you see it?
No.
They look like little stars.
Oh, now you want to talk tulips.
I know you saw it. Don't tell me you didn't see it. You did see it.
I did see it, but earlier you just gave me lip instead of tulips.
Then don't tell me you didn't see it.
I saw it. I filmed it. I enjoyed
Why'd you
it.
say no?
I said, I'm sure my wife will tell me the name of it. Because, unfortunately, I feel like I may have a mild concussion.
From what?
From mowing this molehill.
Then I guess you should be planting and weeding then.
There are too many molehills and bumps, and I have a
All right,
bruised
watch
buttocks.
out. You're moving. You're in my way.
Can you look at my butt cheek and tell me if it's bruised?
No.
Well, isn't that a wifely duty? Hey, what do you mean? I could be injured. Ow.
I know when you're injured. You're not. The guy that went over the bank, he's in.
Yes.
If he asked me to look at his butt cheek,
What about the guy that saved the guy that went over the bank?
I don't know. Now he's, complaining of a...
No, he went on about his day. Didn't need to talk to the news people. Didn't need to brag about being a hero.
I'm surprised you haven't written a story and you're not in the 5 o'clock news.
It was nothing. I did what any person would do in that situation. I was a man. No, I was scared, but I'm glad everything worked out for him. It was funny because I came back here and I couldn't find my phone. And Shelley's calling it. And I'm like, oh no. And I saw the guy across the street. I said, I bet I left my phone over on the guardrail. And I did. He's like, I was going to answer it, but they hung up too quickly. I said, yeah, that was my wife. She was probably afraid I was going to answer it. You know, you could work all day long, get dirty, and you still are one of the most beautiful people I've ever seen.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I'm still not looking at your butt cheeks.
Come on. Oh.
I know you too well.
Well, I may not be able to help you this weekend unless I diagnose it early. You know what I mean? Might have to get a little heat on there. Heating pad, maybe, something.
Hot. I don't want a heating pad.
A little icy hot. Did I ever tell you that story that when I was younger, I wanted to make the football team? So, I thought I was going to be like Rocky and have this, training sequence where I do a bunch of things and I end up being, like the best player on the team. So my dad had a tube of Icy Hot, and I saw some dumb commercial. It said, warm up with Icy Hot. So I put it on my legs. Uh-oh, we have an alarm going off here.
That means we have to go get Emma.
So
Leave it. You're gonna wreck my stuff. Just leave it.
So anyway, I put it on my legs and I started running down the driveway. I got halfway down the driveway and holy smoke, my butt cheeks and my legs were burning so bad I had to haul ass back up to the house and take a cold shower. So that's the story. And that sound you hear is the sound I heard as I was running up the driveway. It just felt like time stood still. But yeah, anyway, that's how I feel now. So hopefully you can help me out later, honey. All right, folks. Sounds like our time is up.